a very intelligent or an observant person on the internet has said that as a one-armed person, right, I should not fight in close to my opponent. And the other thing is observed, of course, to beat me, all you have to do is grab my arm. So I'm going to explain that. I'm going to explain that to you. Right. I've trained for 22 years in Kung Fu, 30 years all my life in martial arts, 22 years with one arm. Now, when I first started training, I was told, use your feet. Just use your feet, Pete. Don't worry about your hand. Well, so I'm a rebel. Yeah, I'm really tall. I've got really long legs. I can kick really far. I do that sometimes, but I've found that every time I do a kick, someone can block it because my legs are so long. Yeah, you can see it coming. You just bang. I can block a kick. You just block a kick like this, bang. Headbutt the damn thing. Right? Long kicks I've found to be not effective. What I've found to be more effective is actually coming in close because you're not expecting it. You think one-armed guy is not going to come in close. So put up your guard. Right? So I'll show you. We know that my blocking technique, so extend the punch, my blocking technique is using the bong sao or the elbow. I'll step in close and hold it here. This is just an explanation for guys who say Mark leaves his hand out. Bring your hand back, Mark. You can't bring your hand back because I'm trapping it. Alright? Punch me here, go. There. I'm here, I'm trapped it. Look at my elbow. Look where it is. Right, now from here, if he decides to throw another punch, simple move. I've got him trapped. I'm in close. This is where I am. Okay, from here I can lift the elbow. From here I can turn the hand up and hit under the chin. Right, I can just trap it down and just go for the eyes. So I do have a whole lot of movement right here in close, and that's how I've trained. All right, so if Mark's just being a bully and just saying, come on, I'll fight you, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to say, all right, I'll stand here and I'll fight in your distance. I just go, bang, come in close and here. Now watch this move. This is fun. I'm going to bring his head here in close and then squeeze. We've got an uneven floor under us here. Right, so I can actually come in here. Put up your guard, so you go for a punch. 1, 2, 3. Bend the neck. Down. Alright, so this is one of the things I've found from experience that I can do, is actually get in close to people, grab them by the neck and push down. Just come in here, put your head here for a sec. I'll just explain that to you. I'm pulling in to my chest and twisting the head and applying pressure to the side of the neck. If you're facing in forward, I turn your head sideways where your body is straight. And I'm applying pressure here in the back of the neck, pushing forward with my body, okay, and basically applying pressure to the neck. If you try to grab my body now to get out of it and to squeeze me, I just continue. My knee's down there. Again, things happen very quickly. That's why when people do the Sao Choi and they say, oh, I can beat the Sao Choi. Well, from experience, all we found is the only way to beat the Sao Choi is to run away from it. And if you're running away, you're not winning. You can duck under it, but then we still get you on the next one. People can analyse things. You can watch it and say, oh, I know how to beat that move, or if I did this, or if I did that. The fact is, this is the amount of time you get to assess a technique when you're in a real fight. So Mark, stand there. No, you're going to face me. Right? So you decide you're going to have a fight. Right? Here it is. Ready? That's the amount of time you had to assess my technique. To assess a Sao Choi. You have 1 millisecond. The time it takes between you decide violent confrontation and it occurs. And that isn't it's not a predisposed time. You can't time it. It's just the moment that the person attacks you, that's the moment you have to figure out whether or not he's going to kick, punch, swing, spin, anything. So you don't have time to assess a technique. What you do is you have time to understand what most people are going to do. 90% of all attacks are done with the right hand as a swinging punch. It can be from the lead or it can be from the rear, but it's going to be the right hand. If they do throw a left hand, it's going to be a feint or a jab. Right? So if you throw a left hand, right, I'm actually going to grab it. because it's not effective. Or I could just ignore it. Fast right, and then a jab. Oh, see, I already blocked before you even did it. Right, so there's a fast right, and then there's a big one. Right, and this one is just a slap. But if you know what your opponent's going to do, then you don't have to worry about everything else. All right. One of the things I like to do with opponents is actually put my hand out. One of the things this does actually is it gives them a new focus point for punching. I found it sparring, right, and I tell people, punch me in the face so I can actually block it. And then when I put my hand out, they end up punching my hand. Because that's a new focus point for them. But now the people on the internet who have said, just grab my hand. Alright, well, how would you grab my hand, Mark? What would you do? Well, if you see my hand up there, you want to grab it. Right? And then what? You're going to punch me? What are you going to do? Right, so grab my hand and then punch me. Right? Seriously. Right? Not pretty. I can move in closer. We've got to step behind him. Alright, try it again with this hand. Alright? Alright, it's not pretty. Doesn't happen straight. But I hold it out. Alright? And then put the elbow up. The same move I do for with the right hand. Right? So the same move I do for blocking is the same move I do to get out of this one. Alright? I'm putting my whole body forward, turning against the wrist, and then using my elbow and forearm to snap off the grip. Right? If you hold it tight, right? I can actually just break that one just with my hand because you do it for so long that it's easy. Right? There's no way that a normal person can hold me. I've been doing this for 22 years solid, Hapkido and Trolley Fut. So with that hand, hold the hand again, right? Even slowly. Hold it tighter, really, really, really tight, really tight. So I come over here, the shorter circle, and just break it off, right? Especially if the opponent is focusing on this, right? Now go to punch me. I can still lift my hand up to block the punch because you're focusing on two things. If you're focusing on my wrist, for instance, then that's good. The best way to defend against a wrist grab is not actually to break it, it's to kick the balls. Because that's just easy. But I can just break it easily. Really, it's not too hard. But, yeah, a bit red. Can you see the colour? The skin isn't as strong as the bones. If you were to grab me with that rear hand, and I've got my hand up, right, you're going to grab my hand, right, and go to punch me. I'm actually going to run away and lift up at the same time. Step out of the way. Get the hell out of the way because I don't want to be punched. Right, but if you know the sweeping leg techniques, or even moving this, heading there. So again, I'm fighting, my hand's out, he goes to grab it, I'm out of the way. Right? I can step through, but I'm taking the leg out. Okay, so I do actually fight with the purpose of getting my opponent to strike, to concentrate and focus on my hand, try and grab it. Right? If you try and grab it with either hand, I'm going to just get out of it, or I'm going to run away, go around, where I'm still able to attack. So that's just a response. People who say, Pete, I can just grab your hand and break it, love it, please do. Or, Pete, you shouldn't fight in close. Well, that's where I live. That's my home. And as for people saying they can take me down, still haven't found anyone who's willing to. All right.